Thanks for tuning in for a quickie. I'm going to do this every now and then here on Rumble, so you can get in and out quickly. But every once in a while, something strikes me as interesting enough to talk about right away. And this really got me today. It's a book that's coming out. It's coming out on May 20th, but I guess they're just announcing it today. The name of the book is Original Sin: President Biden's Decline, Its Cover Up, and His Disastrous Choice to Run Again. It's actually written by Jake Tapper of CNN. He's writing it along with a guy named Alex Thompson, who writes for Axios and is a CNN contributor. I don't have any idea who he is. I don't watch CNN, but this is what the press release from Penguin says, publisher. Quote, what you will learn makes President Biden's decision to run for re-election seem shockingly narcissistic, self-delusional, and reckless. A desperate bet that went bust and part of a larger act of extended public deception that has few precedents. Biden, his family, and his senior aides were so convinced that only they could beat Trump again, they lied to themselves, allies, and the public about his condition and limitations. Really? You think? And this is from Jake Tapper himself in the release. Toni Morrison once said, if there's a book that you want to read but it hasn't been written yet, then you must write it. That's what inspired this book. We wanted to know more about what we all just lived through. Was he? Did you get any impression, if you ever watched him or saw the clips from him during the campaign, that he knew what he was living through with Joe Biden? Anyway, to go on here, he says, more than 200 interviews later, Alex and I have a much better idea, and soon you all will too, unquote. This is an excerpt from the book. Biden, his family, and his team let their self-interest and fear of another Trump term justify trying to put an at times addled old man in the Oval Office for 4 more years. What was the extent of it? Was it a cover-up? Was it a conspiracy? We will let the facts speak for themselves, unquote. You think maybe it was a conspiracy, Jake? Jake was either part of it or too stupid to know what was going on. He can't win on this because he either knew about it and was dishonest about it, or he was too stupid to see it. And I don't know. I'm going to show you a clip here from an interview he did with Lara Trump. Just check this out and watch how he completely dismisses her contention that Joe might be having some trouble.
Every time he comes on stage or they turn to him, I'm like, Joe, can you get it out? Let's get the words out, Joe. You kind of feel bad for him.
How do you think it makes little kids with stutters feel when they see you make a comment like that?
First and foremost, I had no idea that Joe Biden ever suffered from a stutter. I think what we see on stage with Joe Biden, Jake, is very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable
You are
to
no
watch somebody on stage search for
This is so amazing.
questions
It's so amazing to me
and
that
try and figure out an answer.
a cognitive
Well, when
decline.
you're trying to tell me that what I was suggesting was
I think that you
stuttering,
were mocking his stutter. Yeah, I think you were mocking his stutter, and I think you have absolutely no standing to diagnose somebody's cognitive decline. I would think that somebody in the Trump family would be more sensitive to people who do not have medical licenses diagnosing politicians from afar. Plenty of people have diagnosed your father from afar, and I'm sure it offends you, your father-in-law from afar. I'm sure it offends you. You don't have any standing to say.
I'm not diagnosing him. What I'm saying, Jake,
you just talked about a
we
cognitive
can clearly
decline.
see that Joe Biden
I have
is
one last
struggling
question for you, Laura. You can't
times on stage, and it's very concerning to a lot of people that this could be the leader of the free world.
Okay.
That is all I'm saying. I genuinely
Thank you,
feel
Laura
sorry.
Trump.
Yeah, he completely and totally dismisses her there, laughs at her, basically tells her to get lost, and now he writes a book. It's beyond belief that he would have done what he did during the campaign, and for not just the campaign, for at least 2 years of Biden's presidency, pretend that Joe Biden was perfectly fine. I don't know if he ever was one of the people that used the phrase "sharp as a tack," but there he is. He actually has the balls or the stupidity or both to write a book about how Donald Trump Joe Biden fooled everybody. And as I said, he can't win. He was either too stupid or too dishonest to deal with it. So that's Jake Tapper. He's coming out with a book. It comes out May 20th. Don't fail to miss it. Do not buy that book. Who's going to buy that book? And by the way, Jake Tapper, you saw what happened at MSNBC a couple of nights ago. They got rid of everybody. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people, including Joy Reid. You know why they did that? Because their ratings stink. You know whose ratings are worse? Jake Tapper's. How's he kept his job this long? I worked in TV a long time, and they used to look at the ratings a lot, and people kept their jobs or didn't based on ratings. And this guy's still working. So I hope he doesn't sell 12 copies of the book, but who knows? If people are stupid enough, they'll buy it. So I got something else here, not related to this subject, but somebody sent me a picture, and I don't know if it was the person sent it to me because of the talk of measles that's out there right now, or just because he happened to come across it in his phone or something. But there are a lot of stories in the news today about measles. There have been outbreaks, I guess, in various places. Now, if you are of a certain age, and I'm old, shut up, and when I was a kid in the 50s, every one of my siblings had the measles. Every single one of my friends and their siblings had the measles. All of my cousins had the measles. Everybody in my class had the measles. Everybody got the measles, okay? So I don't know what's happened. Then they came up with a vaccine in 1963, something like that, and measles disappeared, and apparently they're coming back. I don't understand why it's all of a sudden dangerous for everybody to catch a disease that everybody I knew had and got through in 3 or 4 days and forgot about it. I don't know the details, but I do know, and here's the picture I want to put up for you right here. This is a picture that this person who sent me it took during COVID. It was taken at near a Starbucks in Mount Lebanon. Now, you're hearing about measles. I don't know what, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor. All I know is that the people who are telling us that we have to panic about measles panicked everybody enough about COVID to produce that. That's all I got. Thanks. See ya.